Well, howdy, everyone. Welcome to Man-O-Rama. I'm your host, Rancorsteve, and this is the 123rd episode. We yet to get canceled. Yay! So tonight, there's no topic. It's a hangout. We're gonna show how you guys, how men should hang out. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We have a new guest. It's gonna be a lot of ball busting, a lot of fun. You know what? The hangouts are fun. I love them. Shut up, Steve. All right, get on with the show. Well, howdy, everybody. I'm your host, rancorsteve, and welcome to Man-O-Rama, where we don't really help things out. We just see how far we can push the envelope of offending people and all that stuff. We're gonna go around the table, and just see how everyone's doing. Hey, Rick, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing good.
No one asked.
You did actually. So. I mean, granted, it sounded like a squeak from way under the desk, but I heard you ask, so it's all good.
All right, all right. Well, how's your week been?
It's been all right. You know, I'm getting ready for Nimic's show to launch this next Sunday. Got some I's to dot, T's to cross.
I'm excited about that.
Other than that, I'm doing.
I'm
pretty
excited.
Good. We had our big Alice in Wonderland that you got to hang out with and watch how we do our thing. So that was fun.
I had less than 24 hours to prepare myself. Yeah, it was fun. I'm excited for Nimic to join Carolina Radio. I am. He's a cool guy. He's also a Mason, so we're taking over. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that.
Yep. Guess what? Dark Halbert, how's your week been?
Yeah, it's been going. Nothing wrong with it. I can't complain.
Cool.
And even if I did want to complain, it wouldn't do no good. Nobody would give a damn.
Yeah, nobody would fucking listen.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
What? Yeah, exactly. And Theta, who is new to Man-O-Rama, how's your week been?
My week has been pretty up and down, but I'm good. I'm doing good now. I'm trying to rearrange some things in my schedule, trying to get my channel where it needs to be, putting out some more videos, doing some better streams and stuff like that. But can't complain, you know. I'm still here, still breathing, still here with you guys. So it's been a good week. So thank you.
Awesome.
And no, I'm not Nick Fuentes. Sorry about that.
And Canadian Spider-Man, our own communist Canadian Spider-Man who wants to be the 51st state. How's your week been?
Dude, I woke up this morning and made plans to move south. Yeah, it's you know what? It's made life a lot more simple. I've always wanted to live in a warmer climate since I was a kid. This is just accelerating the plans. So yeah, no, doing fantastic. New direction, accelerated. Same direction, accelerated speed. New motivation, let's say.
Are you coming down to Texas?
Fuck yes.
Yeah, that's right. Coming to Texas.
I'm going to buy the biggest set of ribs and the biggest barbecue and the biggest everything else you can imagine.
I'll take you to a good place, yeah.
No, come to Missouri. We got excellent fishing.
Yeah.
Hey, come to California. No.
He's not gay.
Everybody's leaving there anyway. Don't do that.
Yeah, he just be going from Canada to Canada 2.0.
Yeah.
So
well, actually,
Canadians are just drinking their troubles away.
Canada was Canada, so.
You know what? I think Canada.
7.9%. Nice.
Yeah.
40. Where Riley Wolverine.
Ooh, yeah.
So, Wardy, would you say Canada is worse than California, or California is worse than Canada?
You know, that's
depends on the day.
It's case by case because in many ways Canada is worse than California. But as I learned helping a friend of mine up in Ontario navigate the Canadian gun laws so he could get his license, Canada is freer than California when it comes to gun restrictions.
Yes, we are.
Really?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
In
So-
Missouri, you
and
can own
Illinois
whatever
and New
you
York,
want.
for that matter. Yeah.
Missouri, you can
Okay,
own whatever you
so
want. I don't care.
Orty, how's your week been? We'll get into this conversation soon.
You
But
know
Orty,
what?
how's your week been?
My week's been pretty fucking awesome. I mean, it always is. But I finally broke out of 21 accounts. I finally broke 10,000 followers with an account just before I came on the show.
Badass, man. Congratulations.
So
Yeah.
finally, yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Wow.
we figure I'd probably have about 100,000 followers if I was able to keep my first account. But you know, but
Or
so I got
kept your mouth shut.
well.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
But
That's fucking
currently,
awesome,
my
though,
timeline
dude.
is polluted. I thought I had seen the dumbest motherfuckers on X ever. I've had intactivists. I have had vaginoplasty is my fault. I'm the reason why women have to get vaginoplasty. I said thank you for the compliment. Church of Satan.
That's
or
props, dude. You deserve an
I've
award.
had some of the most retarded people in my feed. Right now, I've got tree truthers that trees don't grow. And I've got like 100 of them.
What's a tree truther?
That when you cut down trees, they don't grow back. Like, I mean, I'm not talking like they grow back from the stump. I mean, like when you, like, you know, Weyerhaeuser, all those companies, they don't replant the trees. But it's not old growth trees. They're not as good.
It's just people looking to
those
bitch about
people are-
something.
Seriously. So I've got a whole new level of profound mental retardation going in my feed right now.
If it's a tree farm, they are correct. The wood is not as good, and we can see that in today's Canadian modern lumber. It has changed in my short career of 30-some years. However, if it's not a tree farm, if it's natural, they're full of shit.
Right.
Well, Canadian Spider-Man, you actually are correct on that because I've seen your wood and it is sturdy.
You're damn. Take a fucking look at that.
But also, and I know this isn't going to be a popular thing with some on the show, Canadian Spider-Man, I have to apologize for Trump getting the leftists elected up there. Because if he had just stuck with the 51st state once, it was a funny joke. But he kept
was a funny troll.
The whole left to start flying a flag.
Yes.
They wanted to arrest truckers for flying just 2 years ago. So,
but that's fine. If that wakes the rest of us up to
It will.
I mean, if the majority of Canada wants this and votes for this and is like this, it's time to face reality. The rest of us are just going to move to Alberta and become an independent nation with close ties with America.
There you
Well,
go.
let's be honest. Let's be honest. Pierre didn't help himself either. He did not.
No, he did not.
He was doing very
not.
well, even though he's not. I wouldn't say he was like fully, because I did some research recently, even before the election, even though it doesn't matter to me. But he wasn't as conservative as people thought he was.
No, he was not.
He was not, but he did not help his own case. And when he started speaking out against Trump over the tariffs, then suddenly his support just dropped completely off. He hurt himself too.
You noticed that.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. We caught that because I was like, ooh, that was a mistake. But
that was a mistake.
If he would have come out and said, hey, I don't agree with the tariffs, but if I'm elected, I will work with the United States and we will come up with a deal, I think he probably would have won, honestly.
I think so.
I think that would have been better off. But he came out and just joined the Liberal Party with condemn the United States. No, he should have come out and said, hey, I don't agree with it, but I'm going to work with them if I get elected, and we will work a deal out, and we will be good neighbors again. And he probably would have won.
So, Theta, I'll just let you know right offhand. I need to clarify this. Anyone who's new on Rumble Studios, if you type in the private, it only comes to us. They can't see it.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering.
I like to have that. I don't say it, but then I do want to say it just for a little surprise. Hey, but anyways,
figure that out.
We'll get more into those conversations. My week has been pretty cool. I'm going back to school. 37 years old, going back to school.
Oh, I learned how to read.
I'm going to get that degree in finger painting, are you?
Hey man, someone's got to do it. No, I'm going back to school to get my general's contractor's license in California, which is one of the hardest possible things you can do. Mm-hmm. It sucks. I've learned this about it because I had some friends that did it and they failed in some past, and they're like, dude, they all told me that taking the general contractor's test is easy-ish kind of, but it's the laws of California. I'm like, oh man.
I've heard their building codes, the building laws there are just insanely stupid.
Oh, it's fucking insane, dude.
I've heard that.
You have no, yeah. I did hear this. What?
Do you even know how to build a transgender bathroom?
This is like a setup for a joke.
Okay, I'm going to be honest right now. Him asking that question, I actually really did go into deep thought. I'm like, what is a transgender bathroom?
A urinal attached to a toilet.
And a makeup mirror.
You got me.
Yep.
But
it should just be like one of those Japanese toilets, just a hole in the bottom of the
it.
floor, and they can squat, they can do
style.
it. Yeah.
Speaking of toilets, my buddy actually did a duvet for the first time. And it was the funniest thing ever because it was a bachelor party and
bidet?
We were renting out a house. No, we did the Airbnb and there was a duvet in the house and he's like a duvet, whatever.
Bidet.
It's a bidet, you ignorant West Coast heathen.
I'm from the South. I don't give a shit. But so you could hear about like 1 a.m. He goes to the bathroom. You hear this like, oh yes.
Oh my god.
We all woke up and we're like, what? He's like, have you guys tried this thing? We're like, no. We're straight men. He's like, trust me. And just walks away.
Go in there right now.
I have no interest in having
I did use it once. I ended up using it right after him, like 30 minutes later. I'm not gonna lie, those are pretty nice.
I've heard some good things.
It's fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. Like, trust Dark Helmet. I guarantee you, I had the same look on my face, but they use warm water, so it's not ice cold. Your ass freezes. It's really nice. I'm not.
I have reasons for my childhood why I couldn't do that.
Okay, all right. And then Zelda did a $1 rant. She goes, "I'm using one of my Rumble rants to point out that I'm the Moore's resident commentator and not midget. You're welcome."
Nobody said you were a midget. We said you were a hobbit.
We didn't say you were a midget. We said you were a dwarf.
No, she's a hobbit.
I called her a midget.
Oh.
I did. It was me. I don't care. So we're gonna get in. That's the thing. If anyone who's on YouTube wants to go to Rumble, you can do a Rumble rant, and we will post your comments. You can say whatever you want. I do not care. This is a hangout session where we just have fun. But we're going to get into don't be that guy.
Before we do... Oh, never mind.
That's too late.
Hold on.
Twitter.
Yes, Ordy?
No, go ahead. I'll wait.
No. You first.
No, I was going to reiterate what Rick said. Thank you for stepping up and showing up on Alice this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that.
And... yeah, no, that was a great time. That was a great time had by all.
I'm not going to lie. When I did the Alice in Wonderland thing, I had this like New York smoker Southern accent going, and then I lost how I did it, and then it just changed. And then it turned into both characters were the same voice. So I had a lot of friends who listened, and they're like, I didn't know the mouse was the hare. I was like, I kind of screwed up a little bit because I had less than 24 hours to read the script and everything. So I was asking what characters am I? No one would answer. I was like, am I Alice? Do I have to be a transgender right now? Because I can do it.
Your first time out, we're casting you with 142 lines.
No, that was fun. I really enjoyed doing it. It was a lot of fun. I want to do more of those things. Those are fun. So yeah, I say it was fun. It was fun. But don't be that guy is where it started off as us making fun of simps, and I just like hearing the fires in the background.
It's so
like,
mesmerizing.
I'm not big on like noises distracting, but Canadian Spider-Man has owned Man-O-Rama with ASMR sounds.
I was just gonna say, everybody quiet. We're an ASMR channel now.
It's mesmerizing. Yeah. I mean, you just want to sit back and just kind of like, chill out.
30 minutes into the show, we're all just dozed off. Sleeping.
I know, right? Like we just had like a bunch of turkey.
Canadian Spider-Man's like, why do I have a boner right now? But another one came in, a $2 rant from Zelda again. She said, I'm using my serious Rumble rant to tip my invisible hat to Orty. He's smart and nice and downright hilarious. Love you, dude. Aww. Now, Orty, how much did you pay her
$5
to say that?
$5.
Man, I'll take the 10.
Well,
I'll take
how much is she sending in? And then we'll just
so far $3 right now.
Yeah, so far it's at least $3.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into Don't Be That Guy, where it started off as making fun of simps and stupid people. Now it's just we make fun of everyone. And if you see your tweet on this show, it's not my fault. It's no one else on this channel's fault but yours. Because you said something really stupid. Well, I got a lot of hate one time. I posted a tweet of someone that a lot of people know, and I got a bunch of DMs of like, "How dare you?" I was like, if you guys see me say something stupid, screenshot it and send it to me.
And that's what I was going to say. I'm the type of guy that if I say something stupid, come to me, tell me I'm stupid and tell me why, and let me figure out how to, if I want to change my mind or if I want to figure out that you're stupid, like give me a real reason why if what I'm saying is stupid, or if you're just being an asshole and you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah. So the first image we're going to get to is Tom. No, I'm just kidding. It's Michael Moore. Moore. We are all Muslim.
Yeah.
Guys, what's the problem with this?
We are not all Muslim. His weight. Well, he's trying to make a statement of some kind. He has no business saying anything because of his weight, of his lack of knowledge on pretty much anything. He's just a propagandist, and this is all bullshit. He's just a fucking trouble starter, and he has no business trying to be a propagandist because he has no idea what he's doing.
Actually,
anyone else?
Pretty good.
But it's not though, because we're not all Muslim. It has nothing. I mean, obviously, it's the thing with the Palestine. He's siding with Palestine and all that bullshit. But it just doesn't make any sense.
May I?
I will say this: before, as I was younger, I didn't like him. But when he did the whole 9/11 Columbine stuff, I was like, he might be onto something. Doesn't mean he's right.
Yeah. Now, me personally,
he looks like a woman.
He looks like an overweight, obese woman. He looks like
he looks
like Rosie O'Donnell's special sister, but he does.
True.
But I'm an unapologetic Christian man. I'm not Muslim. I have no interest in being Muslim. I have no problem with people that are Muslim. You have a right to believe what you want. But he was an idiot with that. It doesn't make sense. It just does not.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
My problem with that is that he's one of those that doesn't distinguish the difference between a Muslim and an Islamist.
Yeah.
And there's the problem. Because
and then
you get a lot of that, and not all Muslims. No, you're right, not all Muslims. I'm talking about Islamists. But you both all follow generally the same religion. Islamists are to Muslims what Westboro Baptist is to Christians. So you got to kind of.
Oh, I hate those people.
I'll ask for forgiveness. There are some dumb motherfuckers. Well, I'll say this right now: Dark Helmet did a $5 rant of Canadian Spider-Man and Dark Helmet are the best ever.
I love you, brother.
And Jason talked. I love you, Jason, man. That's my brother. Yeah, how you doing?
So we're gonna get to the next one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to challenge Zelda.
That guy is literally a Viking.
Hell yeah, dude. He's awesome.
Here's another one. Hands off Gaz.
That's a dude.
Gaza.
Gaza.
Her fucking face is in front of Gaza.
Her head is so big it's blocking the A.
Thank you. That was the funny part about this is gas. Like, you know when someone like steps in front of like a sign and it says ass and it's supposed to like say something else? That's what she's doing right here. Yeah. That's the only thing. I just wanted to point that out. Don't put your fucking face in front of it. Like, and also what I find hilarious is Palestine and a pride flag, both in the same image.
Well, and that's what I was. It made me think that the sign meant hands off gays because of the pride flag right next to it. But then she's holding a walk away from the left sign. So it's like
it's confusing.
Yeah, I'm very
confused.
Then
you get fuck Trump
in the back. Yeah.
There's like 4 different things very confusing about this image.
Yeah, I actually think I didn't notice the walk away sign. I actually think she's one of us just kind of showing up at one of their
No, she was a former either a lefty or a Democrat.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
That makes a lot. Okay, yeah. I dig that then. Okay, because I saw the picture.
Yeah, the walk-away movement's been a big thing over the past 6 years or so.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes. Do you know what Gaz, like in Australia, Gaz is slang for anyone named Gary? They just call them Gaz. So that's
I can call
hands
Gary
off
Gaz?
Gary Ambrosia is what that says.
What are they fucking doing to Gary?
I know, right?
Exactly. That's
Free
a damn
Gary.
good question.
Free Gary's name.
Let's do a hashtag free Gary.
Yeah, exactly.
Now. Everyone at X tag him in it and then hashtag Gaz. Free Gaz.
I wish I did that before we had our popcorn conversation. The other said, "Thanks, Gaz."
I know. So we're gonna go to the next one. I'll get to the next 2 Rumble rants right now. Man, people are
sun showers.
So here's this beautiful sunshine.
Oh my God!
Why did you do this to me? Why?
Because I had to, dude. What's wrong with this picture?
There is a lot wrong with this picture.
I don't care about that person's pronouns.
Hey, hold up, guys. Canadian Spider-Man. Is this a hombre or senorita?
Dude. I want to play hockey, full contact with whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it's a guy. I think it's a simp. I think it's a simp that is trying to.
Get laid.
Be a woman. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Be a woman. Get basically whatever he can. A guy or a woman, a dog. I mean, whatever the hell he can find. I think.
I like how the shirt says. Respect my pronouns, or yours will be was and were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're gonna be terrified. Like you're gonna take us out.
Dude, those noodly fucking spank pistons of yours are not intimidating anybody.
Yeah. Come on, buddy.
Dude,
come on.
I mean, look, if not for the binky, I swear to God, it looks like this is Mike Myers and Dana Carvey's love child. Just look at the
exactly. Thank you. So we're gonna go to the next one. This one, I knew Rick was gonna have a gut reaction to that one. So I saw this. I'm not shitting you. I saw this in front of me. I clear out the driver's license plate and stuff. Well, guys, what do you see the problem with this? Now, is this a conservative or a liberal?
Liberal.
Well, it's a liberal for sure, but I don't know what the hell it means.
I need more information. You got to get closer.
No, he's covering up the Tesla. He's covering up T so that people don't know he's driving a Tesla.
Nobody's going to figure it out.
With the yellow tape.
Yeah. Now that way he doesn't get his car arson
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Tesla owners change their cars to look like Camry? They'll put different symbols on so no one actually.
I saw a Cybertruck with Toyota on the back of it.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. That one's pretty funny.
It makes sense. I mean, it's smart. It's smart. You know, I mean, there's so many people that are destroying all those Teslas. I mean, that's where my knowledge on this ends. But it's a smart move. You know.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. I just it was a trick one. Is this a liberal or conservative? See?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a conservative protecting their assets.
Yeah, it could be either though, because nowadays, I mean, the left eats their own. So I think that a lot of them know that, and they're probably. I mean, it could be either one. So
That's
I should
true.
have taken a picture of it the other day. I saw somebody driving a Tesla and it had an "I voted for her" sticker on it. And
Oh, please, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Might as
Oh,
well
good.
say,
I think we have. I
please
think,
don't destroy this vehicle.
yeah.
I was
I
driving
think I
the.
have the
No,
what?
go ahead. No, a week
No, you
ago
can
I was
finish.
driving, seeing a guy driving a Tesla. He went F Elon on it, and I just looked at. I pulled up to the stoplight, and I just looked at the guy. He looked at me and was like, "What?" I was like,
So I got one more, and I'll get to the Rumble rants here. They're going like crazy right now. That's
Yeah,
kinda
hell
cool.
yeah.
"Yeah, there's a
It is
challenge
kind of
going
cool
on
to
here."
see, man. All right, I'll get to everyone's Rumble rants. Don't worry, you guys can flood them in. This one, oh, this is a golden. Guys, black trans women gave. Hold up, let me zoo.
What? What the fuck?
Black
Is
trans.
speaking for black trans women?
Bless your, dude. I love you, Canadian Spider-Man. The way you just interrupted is hilarious. You're like, what the fuck?
I'm
Black
sorry, I
trans
couldn't
women gave you your rights.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to answer this one?
well, there's no such thing as a trans woman, so
Well,
nobody-
and nobody gave us our rights. The Constitution protects our rights, but they're inalienable. So nobody gave us these rights. They're just inalienable rights that were given to us. You know, that we just have.
God's law or nature's law. They're just. I mean, they're. Yeah, they are rights.
Yeah.
I just like her look on her face.
Yeah, she's so proud. She's so fucking proud.
But she has like the worst eyebrow work done possible.
That is awful.
Like it's done by like in the hood. And I'm not trying to be racist.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
No.
That's like a hood.
And
Like she's all like, I want to look like the evil person in the world. Baka baka baka. Trans women.
And you know what's funny? Her hair matches her fucking sign.
All right, so
It
we're
looked
gonna
like a
get
Vulcan.
Had some rights and lefts.
we're gonna get into the rants. I gotta go way back. Holy crap!
Yeah, you got a fucking ton coming in, man.
I know.
You're welcome,
It's
Steve.
Zelda-
Now you can buy your hair treatment.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Hey, Mr. Houseguard.
It's because I'm a guest, you know. I mean, I think
Yeah.
you know, you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So
Your
Zelda
comment
goes
worked.
sending a Rumble rant because Steve needs a haircut. Oh wait. Zelda, you need new glasses.
No, she might
There
be.
you go.
Oh, shots fired!
She means me.
You look fucking
What?
rugged and cool, dude.
No, Steve, you're not bald.
Yeah.
You have hair.
You got
I need
yeah.
a haircut.
Oh shit.
And then also Dark Helmet. I feel like there's a love relationship between Zelda and Dark Helmet in the rants right
Yep.
now.
No, there's
He
been no eye
goes-
contact.
the
he does
balls
a
didn't
$2
touch.
rant.
So
He did a $2. He did a $2 rant saying
You upset
sending
her.
a rant just because I have to outdo Zelda. And then what was the other one? It was there's more. Oh, here's
there's
another one.
there's like 6 of them.
And then Zelda saying a $2 rant, going sending a Rumble rant because I will dominate the chat and Dark Helmet will not win. Evil laugh. Dude, these are hilarious. Dude, I love this. It's literally a conversation
Yeah.
right now. And then Dark Helmet goes, keep thinking that, Zelda. I'm a man. Hear me roar.
Oh, stop it.
Hold on. It gets even better. Holy shit. There's like a whole bunch right now.
Yeah.
Zelda goes for a $2. They're all $2. She goes, "Are you challenging me, Dark Helmet? Don't test me, bro." And then Dark Helmet goes, "Challenge accepted." And then what was the other one? It was another $2 rant from Zelda. Goes sending another $2 because I'm chat queen and Dark Helmet has thrown down the gauntlet. And then it was what? Dark Helmet, $10 rent. Thank you, man. He goes, clears throat, adjust my tie. Oh, there's another
it
one.
keeps going. Yeah, adjust.
It does. Another $2. Adjust skirts. Whoa. And petticoat.
At
And
this rate, these two are going to fund the Vegas trip.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly. They're gonna get married in an Elvis casino. Elvis says their pastor, and
dude, I want to be there for that. Thank you, Zelda and Dark Helmet, for the rants. That's awesome. A lot of all the rants I get go back into doing
shit, Dark.
all the money I make off the show go back into the show. So I don't use it for me. It goes back into it. There's an actual down the road. I'll actually explain. Some of the guys know what I have planned. It's going to go towards what I have planned for the podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to read Dark Helmet's $5 rant. Waiting for my sandwich. Just saying.
Wow.
Oh man.
You went there.
That's a hell of a rant.
It's Man-O-Rama, and I'm
Yeah.
okay saying that. And I'm not going to apologize.
And then Gay Insanity says, someone show hole. Canadian Spider-Man?
There you go.
Well, give me a second.
I don't have my banana handy.
All right, here's another one. I love these. I love the Zelda did another $2. She does $2. What are these, scratchers? You'll be waiting a long time.
She's got $20 to catch up on me at this point. Hey, Zelda, if I take you out for a seafood dinner and never talk to you again, will that be okay?
Oh man, this is hilarious.
Wow.
That's the funniest. That's the funniest. I've never seen a channel deal with just two people go back and forth in comments, but do it in like a super chat or a rant.
Wes Cagle, he actually came into my chat one time, and
Yeah.
I have these videos that I play for when I get super chat donations on YouTube. They're like cat videos, or they're videos from films that have cats starring as the roles. So I have
That's funny.
like a cat version of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader from Star Wars. I have the Meowtrix. I have the Bat Cats, stuff like that. So he came in, and he for every time that they send a donation, I would play one. So he said, interrupt the movie every 30 seconds, send in $1 super chat. So for like 30 minutes, everyone was sending in like a super chat every 30 seconds or to a minute. And I'd have to play a video every time. But I was like, hell, I'll take it, man.
Speaking of interrupting you, Dark Helmet did another $2 rant. He goes, Zelda, you are the best. I think that Dark Helmet and Zelda, there's a story. See, that's the thing. We're a loves podcast. What? And then she also said another $2 rant. You too, smiley face. Hey, you got a smiley face. Meow meow.
Meow.
Well, that was don't be that guy. Oh man, the rest, that was a funny conversation, and I'm sure
I don't think it's going to end either. Yeah, exactly. It's going to keep going.
I think it's going to keep going. If anyone wants to do a rant, you're more than welcome to. There is a very cool thing that we're going to do with the money that we make off this podcast, and trust me, it's going to be well worth it. Some of you guys know it. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Don't tell. If you know, don't say. I want to keep it secret. It's cool. It's cool. I told a couple of my friends, I'm like, that's creepy. I was like, yeah, but it's awesome.
Man-O-Rama OnlyFans. I mean, what? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have told.
Oh man, now you just ruined it.
Holy
Holy shit. Holy shit.
What?
Zelda did a $20 rant.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I
Wow,
win.
thank you very much. She goes, I win. Bow before my greatness, Dark. Wow. Thank you very much for the $20 rant. That was awesome. Thank you very much.
That's
awesome.
really
You didn't have
cool.
to. You didn't have to, but you did it. Thank you very much.
Can
Dark
you guys,
Helmet.
hey, can you guys come do one of these bidding wars on my channel next?
I was going to say, man. It's
I
almost-
know, right?
It's all like- If you like Mystery
here's the other
Science
thing.
Theater 3000, come to one of my shows and have one of these wars.
Out of like what? How many episodes? 123 episodes we've done.
Hey, Steve,
I haven't
just
had.
wait. Just wait.
Oh shit.
Dark Helmet, $20. Man,
you
here
play a
now be
video
bow before migraine.
Oh my god. Oh.
Well, here's the thing. Out of 123 episodes, I have not had this much rants on Rumble or anything. I haven't. This is the first time. So part of me, I'm like nervous, but it's like, this is kind of cool. It's like, all right, that's cool. Because I'm not monetized on YouTube yet because it takes a while for me on YouTube. But on Rumble, I'm monetized, but everyone doesn't really pay attention on Rumble. But seeing how Zelda and Dark Helmet are just...
Hey, I'm on this show, so I'm contributing to the show and bringing money into the show to make the show better.
That's fucking awesome,
Steve,
man.
How come you're not monetized on YouTube yet?
Because YouTube sucks.
Well, that too, yes.
Is
But
it the
it's
watch
also
hours?
it is. I have the subscribers, but it's the watch hours. I made a playlist of all the all
It's weird. My fingers are acting up. I don't know.
And Zelda
why.
goes for a $5 rant. Thank you very much. I do thank everyone who does a rant.
I love
She
you,
goes,
Zelda.
You're a man.
Awesome.
And
you'll find
I
out
don't
after
have
see
the,
through
I don't
dinner.
have the watch hours yet. I'm getting there. It's slowly but surely getting there. And then I started doing shorts, but then you had to do like 10 million or 3 million.
Yeah.
Short.
Doing shorts is good for acquiring subscribers, but you got to make
takes a
videos
long
or
time.
streams. Yeah.
I heard with the shorts, you have to do a lot of them, and you have to
like
incur a lot of watch
like
time.
a million. Yeah. You have to
But
do a
here's the
million of
thing.
those, yeah.
So I have a TikTok
Right.
account, and
That's
I know
'cause you're
TikTok's bad,
homosexual.
but I had to do it to what?
Nothing.
I heard sexual, and I was like, what? What new grounds are you working on there, Canadian? But no, it's
No,
so I did a
you have
TikTok
a TikTok
account.
because you're a homosexual, is what I said.
Oh, that's right. Says the guy who lives out in the backwoods with a cowboy hat. What did we call him last week?
Listen here, Wetback Mountain.
Yeah,
Wetback
Mountain.
Wetback Mountain. Yeah.
That's right. I did remember hearing that.
I almost said Chinkback Mountain for a second. But no, I did it.
Back Mountain.
Wouldn't it be Mapleback Mountain?
Well, he was in Mexico when he got the hat.
Yeah, this is a Mexican hat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why we came up with Wetback Mountain,
Gotcha.
which makes it hilarious. But so I did a TikTok, and I've learned that a lot of people hate you when you do a video. And I did a Bud Light. I posted the Bud Light with Shane Gillis, which is a hilarious commercial, by the way. And it starts off black and white, and then I would show it, but copyright reasons, I'm not going to show it.
Yeah.
But that ended up with like 35,000 views on TikTok, and it is hilarious. If you have not seen it with Shane Gillis, the Bud Light commercial, it is one of the funniest. It's better than the.
It is good, yeah.
It's better than any commercial they ever have done because you had Shane Gillis on it, and he's just making fun of it. And I know I get trashed on because I was at a wedding last year, and I posted a picture to the guys on Man-O-Rama with me with a Bud Light, and that was for 2 months of dealing with that shit of getting roasted. But here's the thing: if there's no beer, which I didn't know there was a Guinness, if there's no good beer, I'll just drink a Bud Light. It's okay, no worries. Until I saw a guy with a Guinness, I was like, well, where the fuck did that come from? And the lady's like, oh, you didn't hear me? I was like, you didn't have your selection out. How could I tell?
It's okay, Steve. We know you're gay. It's fine.
We know you like
I'll
Dylan Mulvaney. It's all right.
Hey, man. Hey. Did you know that the reason why Bud Light got a lot of heat was because of Dylan Mulvaney?
Yeah.
But they signed a bunch of people for Bud Light. Shane Gillis, Theo Vaughn, all of them.
Oh, well, yeah.
Just Dylan Mulvaney popped up, and they're like, we're going to fuck this dude up. Okay, so here we go. The conversation still continues with the love interests of Dark Helmet and Zelda. She did a $2 rant. Thank you very much. She goes, I genuinely. There's another one. I genuinely love this podcast. Enjoy contributing. I'm a college student, so it's not much. I genuinely enjoy
I'm a
chatting with
pedophile.
Dark Helmet. Yeah. What?
I'm going to hell.
By
Dark Helmet.
definition, college is 18 or older.
Yeah,
You're good.
exactly. You're good, man. You're good. 18 or older.
And
Yeah.
even if he's not as awesome as me. And then Dark Helmet said with a $5 rant, thank you very much. Zelda, you, me, seafood dinner, then the gun range. Hey, that's not a bad
Dude,
date.
yeah, that sounds like
That's
a
a
fun
good-
date.
That sounds like a
Hey,
hey, Dark Helmet, you want to take me on a date? I'll do it.
Yeah.
Seafood dinner
as long
and
as
then
we
the
don't
gun
make eye
range.
contact. No eye contact.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not doing
And
eye
socks.
contact.
We have to have our socks.
Screw you. We have different ranges, sections. No.
Yeah.
I need to get my gun out of the pawn shop, man. I miss it.
Hey, Steve, I
Oh
only
wait,
have one,
sorry.
I only have
What?
one question, Steve. Are you going to shave your legs for the date?
No. You got to deal with it. Orty's very quiet in the background.
Hey, Zelda just made a comment. It's just a regular comment.
Yeah,
It says,
I'm
steak
trying
dinner.
not to constantly cough into the mic because for some reason, like 10 minutes ago, a whole bunch of cottonwood trees started having sex in my eyes and nose.
Oh man. Yeah, Biker Dad, I know who you are on Rumble. Don't worry. And then she did another $2 rant. Man, steak dinner and gun range. I'm not a good shot, but men who can shoot, 10 out of 10.
Fuck yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance. See, here's the thing. I've heard Zelda talk. I'll put her on the spot right now. I've heard. All right. So Dark Helmet had a thing. Goes $2 rant. Goes Zelda. You have a deal. All right. I've heard.
I'm throwing my shot out there. I'm throwing my shot.
Hey,
That's awesome.
she now says she's 27. I thought she was 25. Anyways, so
she's 27 next month.
oh, so
30-year-old white
Zelda's
dude
lying already about her age. So
No, actually, I know she is who she says she is.
She would be a
Yeah.
great wife. I love it already. She would. She has a,
here's the thing.
she has a sense of humor. I like it.
I know, but I already can tell. Dark Helmet.
You're 26.
Dude, I've heard Zelda talk. She has a southern accent that's really nice.
Oh.
See? Look at that. Dark Helmet's like, yeah. There's something about a woman with a southern accent. Just don't tell my wife.
She's Southern. Mexico Southern.
It's not that type of southern, you dingleberry.
Yeah, there is something
What is
about
your
the
shirt?
old school
What were you-
southern accent. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that like a no ma'am?
Yeah, you want to see? Hold on.
No ma'am. Yeah, no ma'am. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on, we'll see
Married
that.
with children.
Can you see it?
No. Go down.
Get lower, get lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Bend,
spread
now
your
bend
legs.
over. Yeah.
Just deal with it.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
no one has it.
What does
No-
Canadian Spider-Man shirt say?
Masters
Master
of the genre. Masters of the genre.
I like that.
YouTube.com,
I
Cardinal
like
Sin.
that.
Oh, cool. Cardinal Sin. Yeah.
All right. I dig it.
Let's all remember Cardinal Sin.
Hey, you need to get one of my shirts, Spidey.
Yes, absolutely. I would wear the shit out of that.
Hell yeah. Or teespring.com on my YouTube channel.
I'm gonna make a shirt that says "fuck off." It's gonna be the Top Gun. It's gonna be this. I just thought of it. It's gonna be this, but it's gonna say "fuck off."
And on the bag, they'll say "bag for hire."
No, it'll say missile incoming.
Oh, with an arrow pointing down.
Yeah,
on the back.
exactly.
Incoming.
Actually, I think the back should probably say "will show hole for blow."
So what's this with the United States Navy losing a fucking F-18 Super Hornet off the side of the ship? The Truman, the aircraft carrier Truman.
I can tell you that, Canadian. I actually saw the story on that, and I was reading up on it.
With a tow vehicle.
No, they were apparently taking evasive maneuvers from a Houthi drone strike. There were drones coming toward the carrier, so they were doing hard maneuvers. And apparently, I think it was in the hangar bay when they were doing it, and the F-18 and the tug that was attached to it went over the side, but nobody was in the aircraft. They got out, so
There's
no people
so
were
much
harmed.
about there's so much about those sentences that you just said that just sounded so sexy. The hangar bay, the hard maneuvers.
But there's only a few openings from the hangar bay. There's only like at the elevators. There's only a few openings to the
time out. Hold on. Zelda, the conversation goes, you guys need to get a room, guys. I like the chat. I like him. I'm not arguing against it.
Oh, Zelda, trust me, I'm not gay.
It's a it's a $2 rat that goes, hey Dark. No, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it in a very low, like, ooh.
Yeah, sultry voice, yeah.
If you're going to take me out, you can't be acting gay.
You gotta at least pretend you're straight.
Oh,
you assume he's acting.
If I take you out and I fire my shot at the range, you'll know I'm not gay.
Wow.
Okay, I'm simping. I admonish
you
admonish me, man.
Yeah.
Admonish
but
me.
Here's the thing. Hold up. I'll say this. You are simping. I'm glad someone pointed it out. I was not going
I'm honest about it, at least.
But here's the thing. At least you're honest about it. I've been called out on the show.
That doesn't make it better.
Doesn't make it
No,
better.
but it gives me money.
I would simp for you, Canadian.
That's
don't
true.
worry.
I know I would. For you.
I mean, to be fair, it's not a violation of your no ma'am shirt because she's by no means an Amazonian, so you're still safe.
Yeah.
True.
Are you sure? No, yeah, she's a midget.
Yeah, she's a hot.
I can't wait for the midget community to come after me for saying midget. You midgets.
I think the midgets like being called midgets. I think that
know,
there's
they
types
do.
of, I think that they, that's their
Here's
thing.
the other thing. Like, let's say there's
Peter
a midget dude. What?
Except for Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Yeah, he's a
What a
faggot.
douchebag.
Yeah, he's exactly. He's a fag.
You know what that is? That's the total nouveau riche move where you made it so you pull up the ladder behind you so none of the other dwarfs can get into the VW.
And that's exactly it. And you don't have to pull it. You don't have to pull it up very high, but yeah.
But think about it this way.
Jump up onto the bottom step and a bunch of Keebler elves.
Incoming.
And this time he's not talking about Steve and I.
I know, right? Oh, okay. So Dark Helmet decided to jump into the conversation again with his lover. $2 rent. Thank you, Dark Helmet. I'm making money off these people,
dude.
Zelda,
that's
so you want proof I'm not gay? You got.
Oh shit!
And then she does another $2 rant. Where thank you, Zelda, very much. She goes, "See, this is the problem with being on Rumble. I will spend my money to make people laugh and entertain good guys." Well, thank you very much.
That's really kind of you.
Think about it this way. Like.
Toss me,
I
Mr.
watched the video. Yeah, I know, right? I watched a video on YouTube that it was Puerto Rican. It was different Spanish, like Puerto Rican, Dominican Republic, and another country that they say we don't say daddy, we say poppy or poppy.
Oh
yes.
Oh man.
That
because I hate. See, we're gonna get into a little fun time here. I hate before I met my wife. I hate being called daddy. It felt weird. It feels so fucking weird.
Yeah, that is a turn off for me. That is like okay, you're out. That's done.
But when you say poppy.
Yeah.
When you say Poppy or Poppy Zetto or whatever it is,
I could deal with that, but not daddy.
Papacito, that's what it is. I'm like,
yeah.
I told my wife that. I was like, hey, you speak Spanish a little, kind of, never. Say papi.
Oh, you said
Dark,
that?
And then,
Dark, earlier, did you say you can call me brother, though, or something like that?
What? Who?
I thought earlier you said something like, don't call me daddy, but you call me brother or something.
oh,
I'm only going to call you daddy when I'm taking you from behind.
there you go. So Zelda does another $2 rant. He goes, she's calling you out. No, she's not calling you out. Sorry. She says, hey, simp, in all caps. Away. It's flattering. I'm tempted to pull out the southern accent, throw on the charm. Oh,
Shit.
what's up, girl?
Looks like you got your Friday night plans, Dark Helmet.
We just live in different states, but I'm willing to travel.
Yeah.
But think about it this way: like, you know, when women say when they hook up with the dude, and pretty much when they're getting drilled by a dude. This is not kid. This is not PG-13. We say a lot of things that we should be canceled from. We might get canceled from YouTube because of this episode. But what if it's like a male midget doing a chick and she says, "Do me hard, midget"? Like, is that midget gonna get like offended?
No.
That's like, I actually knew a guy who actually hooked up with a midget. He's like, dude, it's a circus. You have to do all these different things. And I was like, because one of the things is, I've always told Gary this, and he cracks up when I say this. And I said, I want to go and see a male or a midget stripper, female midget stripper.
I bet
For
they get
some
freaky.
reason-
I bet they get real freaky.
It's, yeah. You know, my mom's going to tune in on this episode. She's like, wow.
Your mom's going to email. I'm going to get a call from your mom. She's going to find my phone number and go, what is wrong with you? I'll be like, sorry,
doesn't
man.
have your phone number already?
The internet. You
Wait,
can
my
find
mom
it.
has your phone number, Dark Helmet?
Welcome,
Got
son.
mine.
Welcome, son.
Now you know.
We're like,
now
what,
you found
20
out.
years? We're what? You and I are what, 20 years difference?
My ass, I'm only 45. You bald
No.
bastard. I still
Bullshit.
look, I
No.
still have all my
You are
hair.
not.
All
Are
my
you really
hair. You don't.
45? Are you really 45?
Yeah, I'm going to be 46 in May.
I'm going to be 42 in August, and man, my hair is gone.
Oh, I feel so much better right now.
That's
You
So
Yeah,
have
you
you're
no
should.
just
idea.
being my.
No idea.
Rick is looking over there like, what the fuck is going on? This is a hangout, man. Rick's all like, what the?
I'm just observing,
I know.
and I'm just, I'm sitting over here going, damn, I'm going to be 52 next month. I'm feeling old now.
Am I the oldest
See,
one
I'm
here?
gonna be.
I think you might be actually.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Rick. We'll
Wait,
keep
how
our
old are
eye
you?
on you.
How old are you, Ordy?
I'm well into 53. I'm about halfway through 53.
Canadian Spider-Man, how old are you?
I
He's
turned
about to
53 at
Tonight.
midnight.
Just said that.
Yeah, he turns
Shut up.
53 tonight. So
Shut up. So
We gotta
Ordy's
get-
the oldest, and I'm the youngest. Whoopie fucking do. No.
We got
I'll be 37
Still in the womb.
What?
Gordy remembers 1972. Yes.
I do.
So we're like
Shit
the Jan
down
Brady
pants,
of the
yeah.
group.
The what? Say what do you say?
The Jan Brady of the group. The middle.
I have
the,
no idea what you're talking about.
the Brady bunch. There was.
The Brady
Marsha-
Bunch. Why
yeah,
didn't you just say that at the beginning, you old fart?
Well, because
Yeah,
I was referring to being in the middle. Like we're in the middle.
Oh,
We
so
all
you
knew
like
it.
being in the middle between two
all
guys?
knew what you meant.
I think the only person who didn't know who Jan Brady was in this conversation was you, dude. Because
Yes, correct.
we all knew what
You
he
know,
meant. Little child.
Whatever.
Yes.
I am. So Dark Helmet did another $2 rant. He said, Zelda, I may be flirting, but I expect a lady too. And wink, wink. I don't know. They're like, where you're from, Dark Helmet, that's the South, and where Zelda's from is from the South. But those are two different types of Southern people.
I would check for a penis.
Remember the 90s?
I love it.
Hey guys, we're all old enough. Remember the 90s? You would sit there and think when 80s, 90s, you're like, man, I hope this girl's cool. The 2020s, you're like, man, I hope this girl doesn't have a penis.
Yeah, exactly. It's so
Yeah.
weird, the distinction in time. That is, I mean, that you hit the fucking nail on the head, man.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing. I know a couple of guys who either broke up or got a divorce, and they're thinking about redating. And I started thinking that myself. Like, let's say hypothetically, my wife and I ended up getting a divorce. I wouldn't even know how to date.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
It's
like
hard.
before I met my wife, I was in a 5-6 year dating relationship, and I got out of that, and I was like, I don't even know how to date. And I had a buddy of mine. He's like swiping on pictures, and I was like, "What's that?" And he's like, "It's whatever dating app, Bumblebee or whatever it is, and Hinge or whatever it is." And he's like, "Yeah, it's a dating app." I was like, "What's that?" Like, I was literally like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm very old school when it comes to that. And he's like, dude, you've been out of the dating game for a long time. I was like, no shit. It's been about 6, 5, 7 years.
Yeah. I
He's
was
like,
out.
Surprise.
Yeah, I was out for over 20. That's the scariest thing is coming back into the dating scene and realizing 3 on the tree has a completely different meaning now.
Yeah. For me, it's been 13 years for me since I've really dated somebody, like since I've gone out, with a new person. And I'm scared to, because of all this bullshit. I'm this woke shit. I'm scared to figure out that I don't want to get into a relationship and then have it be all about taking my money and all that shit. And there's so much. But yeah, there's so much sickness out there. Luckily, Jason Fox in chat, he's trying to hook me up with a good Christian woman. So
what's his name?
Shut the.
It's
fuck
me.
I'm Zelda.
Ordy, you were gonna say something?
Was I?
I thought you were.
What are you?
Well, anyways, we're going to get back to the conversation of the love interest of who knew that we were the love boat for Dark Helmet and Zelda. Zelda does another $2 rant.
Hard boat.
She said, I'm a Southern belle and devout Catholic. I'm as lady as you can get. Wow.
That's nice. And Andy Masterson, how you doing in the chat, man?
Hey, Andy's here.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, Andy?
And then Dark Helmet does a $2 rant and goes, Zelda, I'm a Christian man. Dates. With proper. Dates.
You're on, she says.
There you are, man. Oh, we got you a date, man.
Right here on Man-O-Rama.
And all it cost.
Get in the truck. Get in the truck. We going to town.
And all it cost was $50 or $60.
Hey, that's a cheaper date than most.
Dark Helmet simps so fucking hard on Man-O-Rama.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with flirting if she's a good Christian woman.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. I agree.
You may have simped.
You don't like half your shit.
Oh, I simped a little bit. I won't deny it.
You did, but here's the thing. You had game. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
You were trying to get her attention.
It's not
and
like
hey, Andy, how you doing?
Fans, women, or something like that.
Well, here's the thing. Like, back to what Theta and Rick was saying. Like, if, let's say I was single, I went back into dating. The thing I would have to do is just go cup it and then, like, turn to your left and cough. And if she's like, what are you talking about? I was like, cool, you're a woman. Because only a guy knows that.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn to your left and cough. I actually did do that when I got a physical last year. The doctor was like, all right, cough. And I was like, hee hee. He cracked up laughing. He was like, okay, I've never had that done. I was like, really?
That's
like,
a cool doctor.
All the dudes, he's all like, dude, that's funny.
Wait, your medical system gives you physicals?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a doctor.
I haven't had one yet.
And it's called a fucking doctor.
Nope.
Called your
don't have one of those.
Actually, in most cases, your insurance requires you to get one physical a year.
Yeah.
I don't have a doctor or insurance or a physical. I mean, my brother
shit.
does surgery.
That's true, but he takes care of himself. You know, he's out there chopping wood every day.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Canadian Spider-Man looks like he's in his 30s.
He looks like he's actually
not
the
even
real
fucking fair.
He looks like
doesn't
he's
have
the
a
real
gray
fucking
hair on
Canadian
his head,
Spider-Man.
and I got gray hair right here. But then the guy did the whole, like, you know, put the finger, check your butthole and all that stuff. I ended up saying I knew he was expecting me to do this. I was like, Moon River, wide is the river. Dude, he was he was dying laughing. He's like, you got to stop making me laugh, dude. I can't do this job. I was like, this is great.
and you were like, I can't do this job without doing that. So
yeah. And then we started talking, and he's like, have you ever met Chevy Chase? I was like, yeah. He's like, really? What was he like? I was like, he was an asshole to me. Because I met him when they did the show Community.
Oh yeah, I heard he was a dick during that.
So they filmed that show at the college I went to. And the main guy, I forget his name.
Joel McHale. Joel McHale.
That guy.
I love that show so much.
So it's a good show, but this dude, Joel McHale, walked up to me. This is the funniest way to ever ask. And I met some celebrities through my life. Mm-hmm. He goes, hey, you go to school here, right? And I looked at him. I was like, do you see a backpack on my back right now? He's like, I asked a really stupid question. Do you go to school here? Because I've never been to this school. I was like, I'll show you around. So I gave him a tour, and I showed him the film department that I go to school. And I was like, those are the stupid liberal idiots. And he started laughing. Like, we ended up having lunch and everything.
Fuck yeah,
it was hilarious. Cool. The guy is funny.
That's cool to know that he's actually one of us.
Well,
I mean, in the sense that you can make those kind of jokes and not shit on. Yeah.
So then he's like, hey, do you want to have dinner with me? And I was like, look, I had a fun time showing you around the college. I don't swing that way. I'm not going to bottom or I'm not going to top you. He's like, I'm not gay, you fucking fag. And I'm like, cool, where are we going to eat? He's like, we're going to the back. I was like, dude, you're not taking my kid. He's like, he is dying laughing. He's like, dude, stop making me laugh. We're not going to do that. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, free dinner. Sure. I was a poor college kid in film. And I ended up meeting the whole cast. Then met Chevy Chase in his trailer.
Really?
And he goes, who's this dipshit? Now, I grew up. There's only two comedians I grew up on, and I met both of them, Robin Williams and Chevy Chase. And I've had lunch with Robin Williams. I adore that guy. I love that guy. He is funny. I'll tell you what he said to me. He roasted me when he first met me. Chevy Chase, on the other hand, can go fuck off because he's like, who's this dipshit? And instantly, here's the thing. You never meet your heroes, especially in comedy. You never do. Don't do it. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. And I said, well, the guy who can walk without a cane. Everyone laughed. They thought it was funny. He didn't like it. He's like, get this guy out. And they go like, no, he's going to stay. So I had dinner with them, the whole cast. They were cool, except Chevy Chase. When I met Robin Williams at the Star Wars Episode 3 employee premiere, I walked up because I was looking for my family. I ended up sitting next to him and George Lucas and had lunch. Just sat between them. That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I'm confused. There's like 1,000 employees. And I'm like, I don't know where my family is. I'm lost. Can you guys tell me?
I need an adult.
Yeah, I need an adult. Robin Williams looked at me and I looked at him. And then he's like, who invited the Hobbit? And then I was like, I don't think I said anything. I was just starstruck a little bit. I was like, this is Robin Williams. Because I walked past him before and just bumped against him and nothing of that. And then I also met Dane Cook. And he said, because in high school I dressed up as a Hobbit. But when I met Dane Cook behind at Laugh Factory, he goes, you know, you look like a Hobbit. And I was like, And I looked really sad. I played it off, and I was like, "Funny you should ask that. I dressed up as a hobbit." And he apologized also before I even could say anything. And once I said I was dressed up as Frodo Baggins, he said, "Dude, I just apologized to you, and you just made me embarrassed in front of everyone." And he was a dick to me. And I was like, "Hey, man."
Chevy Chase may be an asshole, but Christmas Vacation is a classic.
Yeah,
Oh, it
that's
is.
why you
He's
got
a funny guy.
you got to
but he is an
separate the
asshole.
art from the
The
artist.
art
a
from the
lot.
art.
Well, I've heard he's kind
Well-
of an asshole. I've heard
Well,
that.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything because he's such an asshole to everyone.
Yeah, he's grown into being an asshole. And I've heard the same. Well, I haven't heard the same thing about Bill Murray, but I heard that Bill Murray is kind of hard to work with as far as
He is.
So
He'll come on set when he feels like it.
yeah.
And then I watch. Have you guys know the YouTube channel where they do hot wings?
Oh yeah, hot ones.
I forget
yeah.
the.
Hot
Yeah.
ones.
So my wife is watching it, and she's like, "Does Bill Murray?" Because she knows I work with.
I just watched that episode, so yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And she asked me. She's like, "Look, I know you know actors and everything, and like you've done that stuff." I was like, "Yeah," and she said, "Does Bill Murray have OCD?" I was like, "Why?" And she showed me. He looked like he has OCD.
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe. I don't know. And then she's like, he has no emotional feelings to hot sauce.
No,
No,
He doesn't.
He
I worked
doesn't.
at-
He went
I-
through that whole thing. He didn't even tear up.
He
once.
did.
I
Oh,
worked at a
man.
hot sauce shop for 8 months
You're gonna have to watch
last year, and trust me, I seen the show over and over and
Yeah.
over and over every day because we had to play it constantly. I hate the show now, but no, he has no emotional response to hot sauce.
I like how Jennifer Lawrence, or whatever her name is, the Hunger Game chick,
Yeah,
where
that's
she's
good.
eating a hot one. She's like, "What do you mean? What am I gonna do?" I think that's. She's about to cry. I do want to say, Michael J. Fox on that would be hilarious.
Oh
Yes.
God.
At least you know the hot sauce would
Now
be
we
well
just
shaken.
made fun of Tourette's. Not only did we just make fun of retards on this podcast in the past,
Yay!
we're
Midgets.
midgets. Now
Midgets,
now
yeah.
we go to Tourette's or Parkinson's or whatever.
Parkinson's,
you want to
yeah.
Parkinson's.
Hey,
Yeah.
quick,
Or
quick
people with
sidebar on Bill
one
Murray,
eye
though.
that doesn't work.
Well, and technically,
What?
we just made fun of Tourette's as well because you compared it to Parkinson's.
Yeah. Or people with the one eye that works, Rick. What?
Hey,
quick
Now that
sidebar.
we're all going to hell.
do you feel spaghetti? I like spaghetti. Yay!
Yay!
Quick sidebar on Bill Murray though. When he may be hard to work with, but when he does take a job, he'll fucking do it because
Oh
he
yeah.
Yeah.
hated the director on Scrooged and still turned in that performance.
Yeah. Well, and same thing with Groundhog Day. Like he wanted to do it his own way, but him and Harold. That's why him and Harold Ramis stopped talking for a long time and never ended up
That was their
working
makeup
together.
thing. I think that was wasn't it? Wasn't like Groundhog Day where they kind of like made up and decided to work together? Because I thought Ghostbusters.
No, Bill Murray wanted it to be a very dark movie. He wanted
Yeah.
he didn't want a happy ending. He wanted this whole loop to never end.
Yeah.
Harold Ramis wanted it to be more of a fun comedy type of thing where there's a happy ending, they fall in love at the end type of story. And there was a lot of arguments on set from what I've read and what I've heard. So Bill Murray, he got the job done because he was paid for it, but he was really pissed off that him and Harold Ramis they couldn't come together on that, and he ended up losing the argument, obviously, because that's how Harold Ramis's version is how we have it now
Yeah.
in memory. So, but
That's
it
why
was
I
a
like-
great movie.
Well, it's like Ghostbuster Afterlife. I think that, granted, Bill Murray and I think Harold Ramis made up prior to that, but I think it was also a way for
No,
Bill
they did.
Murray to,
Yeah.
in Ghostbusters Afterlife, in the scene when he was a ghost, to really bring out the feeling for it
Yeah.
publicly. And that's why that movie really worked well.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm a huge Ghostbusters. I actually built my own proton pack. Working with sound. I just got Tobin's Spirit Guide here. Let me
You
actually
should
go
talk
get
to
it. Real
Gary
quick.
Ambrosia.
Yeah, I want to. I'm gonna
He
do.
built his own.
I did. I just said I built my own.
No,
I'll
Gary
br-
built his own.
I know. I built my own too.
I know. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Gary,
okay.
Look, we're going back and forth. Look,
Gotcha.
here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Get it.
You see Joe versus the volcano.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you know that scene when Nick Tortelli is on the phone? He's all, I didn't say that. If I had said that, I was wrong. I didn't say that. If I had over and over and over again having that was you two just then.
Yeah. Well, I was confused. I thought that he misheard me, and I guess yeah. My bad.
Are you that old?
Me?
Who?
No.
Yeah,
Both?
I just
No, I'm just
I just got this 500-page Tobin Spirit guide from Ghostbusters.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Oh.
It's like it has like Beetlejuice, it has Cenobites from Hellraiser.
Oh, I've looked at that book.
Yeah,
Gary Ambrosia has the book.
I do too. I just got it in the mail. I'm gonna do
It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an unboxing. I got the weathered version and everything.
I've never seen you and Gary Ambrosia in the same place at the same time.
Maybe I'm Gary.
No, trust me.
I wish I was Gary Ambrosia, dude. That would be the fucking shit.
You'd have a great hairline then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I would. I want to do a stream with Andy Masterson on customizing figures because I customize a lot of my Transformers. Build. You want
me to talk to him?
Well, no, I'm already talking to him. I just got to pin down a day.
Sorry. Jesus. Okay.
No, but you can talk to Gary.
No. If you can talk to Gary, I'd love to do. Oh, now you want me to talk to them?
Yes, yeah.
I can ask them in a group chat right now.
Yeah,
I'm in a text with them.
I'd love to,
Steve,
man.
You need to take a moment and change your man pun, Steve. Would you feel better if you changed your man pun?
Just name drop.
Hey guys,
I'll just DM him.
Theta, aka Greta Thunberg, wants you guys in a motel.
How dare you?
Hey, Theta, got a question for you real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Years ago when my daughter was working at a Halloween store, I bought one of those EKG meters.
A PKE meter, yeah.
Yeah, PKE meter, sorry. And
that's all right. I'm just a big nerd.
I've had a drink or two. Give me
that's all right.
It's nighttime. Leave me alone. But I would actually like to change the screen out and put like an LCD or an LED screen in it.
Yeah.
And have the proper sounds in it. Would you know where to maybe get the components to do that?
I'm actually trying to find a way to change the sound chip in mine because the sound chip that comes with it isn't the sound.
It's not accurate.
It's not accurate at all. So there is a mod for it. I'm trying to track it down. The person that made the original mod. You can do it, Steve?
No, I just know.
Steve, you suck dick.
If you know how to do it, man, or know somebody that does, yeah, I would love.
I can talk to Gary.
Yeah, dude, because I would love to get my
PK. Gary, big fucking whoop. His birthday and all that shit. Blah 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 blah. Gary, fuck you. Blah blah blah. I can talk to Gary. He knows that.
That would be fucking awesome, man. Yeah, I would love to do that, and I'd love to install a fog machine in my proton pack and my ghost trap. Yeah, and my ghost trap as well. So
that's heavy, dude. Why? You want to? That's a lot of weight.
No. There's mini fogger machines.
Yeah, there are mini foggers.
It's just for when like the proton pack overheats. It makes like an overheating sound, and then it'll make that beeping noise, and then it'll have like smoke come out of the cyclotron on the back, the four red dots
from the Ghostbusters game.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a fun game. I love that game.
It's a midget faggot that pops out of the pack and be like, "Surprise, motherfuckers!"
I'm replaying that on my stream, the Ghostbusters 2009 game. That is the fucking bomb, man.
That was a blast of a game. It was fun. I loved it.
It's one of those games that you can replay.
64 was better.
The one where you're running up the stairs. Or no, that was the NES version.
Driving through traffic.
Yeah, man. I would love to mod my my proton pack and PKE meter and all that stuff. But yeah, see, I don't know if I've shown you all this, but I even have a little Gozer little
Gozer door
diorama that I made.
Traveler has come.
Okay, so after the show, I'll show you a casting of the Gozer door.
Ooh, I would love to see that, man.
I do have it. I gave so when Gary has the Slimer casting, and we made a mold of it, and we scraped off the paint of it from the actual movie, and I gave my
Oh shit! Sorry.
R2D2's like, fill me up, baby.
Turn your dildo off.
But when we ended up doing we got the paint, and then we put it in resin, and I gave it to my brother-in-law, and he lost his complete ever living shit. And then I had the chainsaw, a replica of the chainsaw from Ash.
Oh, hell yeah.
From Evil Dead. And I love that movie. I love that franchise.
Me too.
And my brother-in-law is a huge fan of that series. So I gave him for Christmas the chainsaw. My sister-in-law was like, why? I was like, because the look on his face right now is you're never going to get that smile.
True.
Like, that's the thing. Like, he had a smile even on his wedding day. He didn't have that smile.
Yeah. It's like taking me back to being a child again on Christmas.
Exactly. And my sister-in-law, she said, explain to me why men have a certain smile on their face. I was like, okay, I'll break it down to you. It's childhood memories, and it's something we cherish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I got my truck, I had the biggest smile. Like, I was crying during my wedding. Whatever, I cried. It's okay for men to cry.
It's okay for men to cry at appropriate times.
Yeah. But when I got my
weddings.
truck,
I cry all the time at weddings.
Oh, dude, I was bawling. We did the first look at my wedding, and I was bawling. And we had pictures of it. I did the ugly cry. You know when women do the ugly cry?
Me too. A Walk to Remember with Robin Williams. I ugly cried at the end of that.
Oh yeah. So when I got my truck, I had the biggest smile because it's something I finally got. Now, granted, I wasn't expecting to get a truck that's this big. I ended up with a Tundra. I was expecting something like a Ford Ranger or a Tacoma, and I ended up with a Tundra, and I was like, this baby. And I ended up giving it a name. Do you guys know what name I gave my truck?
Lorraine.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
No, I'm going to go with Blaster. That way you can be Master Blaster.
Master Blaster. Good
That's
one.
not a bad idea, dude. I like that. I like that, Ordy. I gave it Big Bertha.
Oh,
I said Big Bertha.
That works.
I said Big Bertha.
Okay.
You did?
Yeah, he did.
Rewind the tape.
That's awesome.
I gave the truck the name.
I pay attention to everything Steve says.
I know.
You liar.
I love you, man. You're good. But yeah, I told Zelda that. She's like, why Big Bertha? And I was like, because I can run upstairs. Yeah. Bring it, Zelda. Bring it.
Don't mind me on Zelda.
Make me a sandwich.
Oh, no.
Ooh, I'd like a sandwich.
She said, Steve calls it Bertha, and it's awful. Well, Zelda, you're a woman. You don't know how to name cars.
That's true.
Rick's all like, I'm not answering that.
See, I named cars after like cartoon cars, like from Mask or like even Back to the Future, stuff like that. They'd have different names for like their super vehicles and stuff like that. That's what I would name. That's what I used to name my cars.
I did have a Honda back in the day when I was in college, and I named it Goose, and it got stolen.
Oh,
and I was like, well, that explains a lot about Goose.
Yeah,
should have named it Rooster. It'd still be around.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, right? Goose just left me.
If you named it Iceman, it'd be here.
Well,
because it's good, very good. I'm sorry, that was Hangman. I'm sorry when I at the end of Top Gun Maverick when Rooster looked at Maverick and said, "It's what my dad would have done." Dude, I teared up. I don't care. I teared up. I was like,
it's a good Father's Day movie. All right, Zelda, we're back into it. Now she's busting my balls. She said, for $1 rant, I'm making money off you too.
Hell yeah.
She may not be fast, but she can outroll you.
Yeah.
She can
She goes, you suck. Listen, I may not run fast, but I can read. Look, Zelda, no one asked me to read anything.
Well,
Yet.
hang on. Point of order. If I remember
What?
correctly, she actually helped you write some of the slides one time and tried to show you what proper English was like, and they were half wrong. So she might be able to read, but proofread not so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well said, sir. Well
Zelda, if you
Well,
come up
she's
with
young.
questions,
Be fair.
you should.
her
No,
education is
too
not-
bad. No,
She's an English major and she can't proofread. I'm just pointing
Wait,
this out.
But
what?
modern education, it's no
She's
good.
an English major?
Yes.
I'm not even. I'm a construction worker, and I can't
Don't
read
even
for
know how to
shit.
speak English.
Warning. What does that mean? I don't know.
But we
Lick your
love you.
fingers and touch the wires and see if it's hot.
We do love you, Zelda.
We do. Zelda's a big supporter of the show. Now she's a big financial supporter of the show.
And me too.
hell yeah. Yeah.
And I'm on this show.
Because
Yeah.
money.
You know, the person who it was Disney Shipper, he did a $25 rant back like a few months ago, and I was like, wow, that was the biggest. You guys have topped it. I thank you guys very much. You, Dark Helmet, and Zelda, you guys have made. You're gonna help what is gonna come for Man-O-Rama. I'm not gonna say yet. We're gonna come. That will come soon. I'll let everyone know after the show what I'm planning. Some of you guys know. It's in the works right now. It's gonna be cool. Oh yeah. I was just told, I was like, this is creepy. And I was like, perfect.
Good.
Yes.
Give it.
Yes. Oh man.
I'm excited to hear what you're planning on doing, man.
Yeah, it's not going to be pop culture related at all because we're men. And
I'll tell you.
cannot-
I'll tell you what I'm planning on doing. I'm raising money to make a
Bending over?
series. Well, I do that for free, but
No, what are you going to do?
I'm making a series called Dead Franchise Busters, where it's like a group of Ghostbusters, but they capture the ghosts of characters from dead franchises, like the fucked up Luke Skywalker we got now.
Oh, that's cool.
Picard. So they're Force ghosts. We got like Picard, Optimus Prime. We got the Marvel characters, Luke Skywalker, obviously, and they basically go around and they're trying to capture the ghosts and right the wrong, right what Hollywood has done wrong to these characters.
That's cool. I did Gary and I. So Gary is a big Ghostbuster fan.
Yeah.
And we ended up seeing Ghostbusters Afterlife. What was it? 4 times in theaters.
Yeah.
And 7. It probably was 7. I don't know. We saw it a
for
lot.
me, it was 7 because I
oh,
love the
yeah.
movie that much.
I really enjoyed it. But
I did
for
too, yeah.
Halloween last year, every year he would do this whole get up, and I dressed up as the Breaking
A
Bad
lady?
guy, the Breaking Bad's guy,
Mhm.
Ash, and then I did one other thing that I dressed up as, oh man, the nerd from the first Ghostbusters. I can't think of his name right now.
Egon.
No, it's he wasn't in Ghostbusters. the first one.
Lewis Tully.
Yeah, I dressed up as him, and
Yeah.
I go all out. I spend the money and do all that
Yeah.
stuff. So this year we, or actually it was like 2 years ago. We haven't done anything for Halloween, and we got a jumpsuit for me. That was a replica of. We went to this military place.
Yeah.
They sell
That's
things,
the best place to get them. They're cheap, but
Yeah.
they're good. Yeah.
and we got it. And 2 years later, it doesn't really fit because I've gained weight. But I ended up doing a Ghostbusters as Rancor,
Oh, cool.
and it's we built this character from Ghostbusters as this guy who has a cigar, has a cowboy hat. He's like a rough and tough dude. He's like, I'll do it, whatever. It's a ghost, whatever. It looks like my ex-wife, kind of thing. Like
Hell
it's
yeah.
that kind of situation, and people lost their minds. Because some people were thinking, like, is this the new Ghostbusters? Like, what's this character, Rancor? I was like, no, it's just one that I made up. But it was really fun to do that, and I loved it. And then Zelda does a $1 rant. See, she's now gone from $2 to $1. She goes, Steve, I write like a poet. Sure you do. I'm Shakespeare. Nope, that's Vincent. Not whatever you Blue City high school teacher taught you. Look here. I grew up in Florida, lady.
She
She's
went
in
from
a
she went from $2 to $1 because I broke her like
Yeah.
a pony.
Well, she said she's in college and she doesn't have the money to spend on it, and she's probably already spent everything she had in her.
I love
in
the
all
fact
reality.
that I love the fact that Rick, can you agree with me that and Ordy, can you guys agree with me that this episode
No.
has been a
No.
Ordy's like, I'm out, don't tell me. Has been a love boat matchmaking episode for Dark Helmet and Zelda. Because I know the moment Dark Helmet hears Zelda's voice, he's like, I'm in. I don't care. Whatever. She can have a dick. I don't care.
No, that'll be the deal breaker on that point. But
Are you sure? Have you heard
Yeah,
the voice?
that-
He has a good southern voice.
Not as long as you keep.
Hi, my name's Zelda. I am ma'am. It is ma'am.
Oh God.
Hey,
Sure,
if she can make biscuits and gravy,
that
I'll
man
be
is
happy
never
as
going to
a
live
camper.
that down.
Oh, no.
This episode, we
God,
should
me
be
and
in
Zelda
hell.
have been flirting the whole time in chat.
I know.
Hey,
You
there's
guys have
nothing
been
wrong with
hitting
that.
off really
We're
well.
bringing people
Hey,
together.
should we do a Man-O-Rama episode in person where you and Zelda, like those
Ooh.
dating, like a blind dating kind of thing, where
I
it's
do.
just
I want to
you
see
and
what
her.
kind of tires she has on her wheelchair so I can upgrade them.
You know, y'all should go on a date, and you should wear your no ma'am shirt, and she should wear a yes sir shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, we should do this is what we should do. I think this would be cool. Is if we did a meet and greet where everyone on the Man-O-Rama podcast, we all meet together and we have Zelda come up. There is a wall here. Dark Helmet's on one side and Zelda's on the other side. And they just have a conversation. They don't see each other at all.
And the
Oh.
penis
It's one
pokes
of those
right through.
blind date things. And then we all ask the questions, not her or not him, just us. Just to see how embarrassed they get. And it's just like perfect. I like that idea. And then you pull up the curtain while they talk, and it's like, bam, there you go. And then wedding bells, and then we just get them married. And then
That would be so beautiful.
and then Rick will ordain the whole wedding.
Because Rick could stare at both
can't.
of us at the same time.
I can't because she's Catholic, so I wouldn't be able to do it anyway.
Oh, I'll do it.
But-
I'll be an ordained minister. I'll do it.
Yeah, it's not as easy to get.
Yeah,
ordained
it's not.
Look, I'll be like, look here, guys. I'll have like 3 shots of bourbon. I'll be like, look, these 2 motherfuckers want to get married. Mazel tov.
You know, we just did a story where my friend tours with Cannibal Corpse doing their setting up their soundboards, and there was just this story where this couple got married in the mosh pit at one of the concerts, and apparently they just had like the mosh pit like around them the entire time, and my friend was there and taking pictures and stuff, and they had people sign, witnesses signing it and everything, so we can get we can get this done.
We can. Are you ready, Dark Helmet?
Yep.
No.
You're saying no. You're saying no now, but when I make eye contact with you, you're going to be like, yes.
So Zelda does a $1 rant, goes Dark Helmet. I have a deeper voice, but it's a woman's voice. I promise.
I think that would be a fun little episode if we could do that.
I agree.
A Man-O-Rama
I do want
episode
to do
with
an
me and
episode where
Zelda
it's
on a date, and you guys have to like send Rumble rants for questions. I have to ask her, and she has to ask me.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool.
Yes. I dig that. I do want to do a game show on Man-O-Rama one time where we do, I don't know what type of game show, but it's like kind of one of the hangouts where we just do a game show type thing. I watched a bunch of game shows where we just hang out and everything, and they're
Is
fun.
that what Ambre or Santa Rita is, though?
No, it's more of like Hollywood Square,
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know.
That would be kind of cool if we got enough people on the panel, and then saying a fact and seeing and doing like Hollywood Squares, like you're saying, trying to figure out what the if it's a true statement or false. Isn't that how Hollywood Squares work? They would say
so.
They would say like a statement, and you would have to figure out if it's a true statement, or it was the celebrities that said it's true, and then the contestants would be like, yeah. So it was something.
So Dark Helmet did a $2 rant. Look, Zelda, you got to catch up, man. You got $1. He's raising you. He goes, at Zelda, we need to go on a date so I can hear that voice. Wink. Winks. Oh, there's winks.
We got winks now.
I know.
But I'm a Christian man, so it would be an appropriate date.
And then she goes, for $1, Dark Helmet, I don't have as pretty of a voice as Steve says. Shut up, you do. But I do have an accent. She does. I guess. No, she does. It's a very pretty. It's an Alabama accent. Yeah. Laughing for emoji. Also, y'all need to chill. I haven't talked to DH, and you're scaring me off. No, we're not. No, we're not. Chill out. Chill out, woman.
Yeah.
And then it keeps going. Dark Helmet for $1 rant. Goes, Zelda, I'm not scared off. I'm not cared. Do you mean I'm not scared? Okay, scared off. Okay. For a second there, I thought my illiterate was kicking in.
No. I mean, it is
scared off. Shut up. You're my boss. You're my boss, and you roast me. You're a great boss. You fucking one-eyed Willie. I'm interested, actually. Hey. All right. Yeah. It keeps going. She's just doing $1 now. She's like, I ran out of my budget of schools. She goes, Dark Helmet, you're too kind. I know you're teasing, but it definitely is confidence booster. It definitely is a confident booster nonetheless.
Oh, I'm not teasing, Zelda. I'm actually interested. I would like to actually get to know you.
Yeah, have you seen it?
I genuinely mean that. If you'd be willing to, I'd be willing to talk to you and get to know you. I'm not teasing at all. I wouldn't be spending that money if I was not interested.
Sounds like a love connection to me.
You two guys have
the last few months.
So, just to be clear, this is what's happening right now.
Yeah,
love connection, Man-O-Rama love connection episode.
We should do that. A love connection.
Can you imagine a Man-O-Rama episode? Me and her hook up. It works out. We get married, and Steve does.
That would be fucking awesome.
Man-O-Rama episode where he does the wedding live on feed.
Nice.
Oh, I'll do it.
That would be fucking
no,
awesome.
I am genuinely interested. I would like to.
I will not embarrass you. I promise.
My ass you wouldn't. And I would not expect you not to do it.
But everybody
would be ashamed if you didn't.
Lock Donnan says, every time I hear this dollar amount, I think RoboCop. I'll buy that for $1.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one who had that thought several times tonight. I'd buy that for $1. All right. Guys,
and then Zelda also adds in, man, you guys really need a Motel 6. She said, you're too kind.
Not unless we get married.
Yeah, no.
I know you're teasing.
You already read that one. Unless she
whatever. You know what?
But anyway,
she's willing.
I'm looking at my phone.
Steve, look at her comment.
She's willing.
After that.
I'm willing. What up, girl? What's up?
I'm willing if you are. I would like to get to know you and see what happens. I'm fine with that.
I'm excited.
I know I'm trying to get Jason on, and
Jason Fox.
Yeah, he's very quiet.
Hello, can you guys?
He's right there.
Jason.
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
Jason.
I accidentally kicked myself. So.
What's up, brother? What's up, brother?
Man,
my Ranger friend.
My Ranger brother, yeah, man. No, I woke up a couple of minutes ago. Like when I texted you is when I woke up, basically, and I started watching the show and stuff. So.
Hell yeah, dude. It's morphin' time.
So,
buddy.
Jason, we are in a interesting point.
My audio is fine,
Man-O-Rama.
I hope. I'm not so used to this Rumble thing, so.
No, you're good.
No, it
It's been
confuses me
interesting
too,
for the
yeah.
last hour.
So we're in a very interesting. I want to get your perspective of this because we're in a very interesting
Okay,
love
who's the most gay on the
matching.
panel?
Well,
What?
Oh,
we
no,
already
that's-
decided that.
We're in a situation where Dark Helmet and Zelda are in this Rumble Rant situation where they're just giving me money and having a conversation. And I want to know your point of view as a man, as a Nordic, as a brother, being Finnish
Yeah.
and you Nordic
And
and all
both
that
being
stuff.
bald and having a beard, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they should just meet up, have a date, and just ring the bells?
Well, they can always find a hotel, why not?
Well, I'm a Christian man, so I can't do that.
I love how
anyway.
Canadian Spider-Man's are like, no.
Well,
I
then you
don't
take it
recommend
slow.
dating.
Then you just
that's
take it slow, Take it slow and get to know. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason's trying to do that with this chick he's trying to get me hooked up with, or at least
Now, did you do the whole turn to the left and cough?
It is pissing rain right now.
who, me?
No,
No, he turned his head to the right and coughed.
I like how Canadian Spider-Man is like, it's piss and rain. But
God,
no,
look how
it's
small it is.
but no, it's let's just say I'm just hypothetically. Let's say Dark Helmet and Zelda tying the knots. You do know that Man-O-Rama is going to be there. The whole
Oh,
we're
crew.
gonna make
I
fun
want
of you.
Man-O-Rama there, absolutely. I would
Oh
expect
yeah,
nothing less.
we're going
I'd
to
even
be
invite
there,
the
and
Canadian
we're going to
pervert over
embarrass the
there.
living
The
shit
Dark
out
Helmet
of you.
has to be Link, We have to set up this whole thing, and he has
I
to save,
know, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
a
Oh, yeah.
total, like when they, how, Steve would be, my best man, and he's taking a piss over there. Can you hear it?
I know I heard it. I sounded like he was pissed, and I heard that too.
It would just be like an hour of
You
Man-O-Rama.
distracted me.
It'd be like an hour of every guy that's been on Man-O-Rama just coming up and roasting me the entire time. And it would be awesome.
I like what Chip. Okay, I like this. This is good. He said, "Chip off the old block. How you doing, man?" He goes, "Why hotel? A car's back seat will do."
Well, that's true
Bingo.
also, yeah.
See, I've got a lot of people
Not a Kia.
that well, maybe. I've got a lot of people go, "Why don't you pull up the chats and all that stuff?" I was like, because Man-O-Rama, we don't do that. On a hangout, we will. And people are just walking away. I see how it is.
Oh my god, I'm so sad.
And then Zelda said in the comments, exactly. Ah,
Not until marriage.
all
I'm a
right.
Christian now, so I have to abide
There
by
you
that.
go.
And you
There
know
you
what?
go.
That night it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Because I'll be filming. No, to get
Steve will be in the corner with the camera.
Yeah, Steve is ready. He has everything,
Yeah, Steve will be in the corner with the camera, and Canadian Spider-Man will be the fluffer. Wow, what? We can't hear you, brother.
Huh?
Dude, everybody dropped out but me and you. Hey,
No,
Jed, I can't hear him at all.
Oh, I'm in the
No, it's
I'm in the back here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think Rick, he had to leave out. He had another podcast he had to do, which is okay. It's all good. I know Orty is dealing with allergies, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
My dog dealt
I'm
with
actually gonna
allergies.
bow out right now too because I'm muted more than I can actually talk.
Okay.
Okay.
How about now?
If you
Can
have
I
to
hear me
head
now?
out, that's okay, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If
split.
you
You
have to
guys
head
have a
out.
great night and fun show. Thanks a lot. Sorry I was so not here, but you know how it goes.
Okay, man. It's all good. You're part of the crew. It's all good.
All
I know you
I
deal
got-
with a lot of stuff. All right. Now we can't hear Theta or Greta Thunberg.
No.
I'll
Sounds
give
like
you
he's
that
got him-
cause line.
Sounds like he's got his mic on while he's eating butt.
I know. He's like, how are you doing, Jason?
No, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing
No one
good.
gives a shit.
Yeah. Fuck you too.
All right,
No, I'm
thank
doing
you very
good.
much.
I'm doing good. My dad is
Oh,
doing
man.
better. My dad is doing better after he fell, so
That's good.
that's
That's
good.
good. My wife, she's visiting her family, and because her grandmother is going through a lot of medical issues, and
Yeah,
so it's tough, and
it is. It is.
but it's I don't know. As you get older, that's what you kind of deal with, that kind of situation,
Yeah, and
and
it is a part of life. It kind of becomes part of life and stuff that you just have to deal with at some
yeah.
point. And but it's how you handle it. That's how you need to figure out. Like, are you gonna break down and be a little bitch about it, or are you gonna be strong and
Man up.
have man up with it? Yeah, exactly. And I was saying with my dad. It's like even when he fell, of course I got fucking sad and worried. But again, I've been prepared for this since I was a kid, so I don't get too worried or stuff like that. I'm actually the one who had to call. I had to call him and actually make him go to the fucking hospital to check up his fucking head with the
Oh,
big sword because he's like, I don't want to do this, man. Fuck. But hey, it's kind of good to check if you have broken your fucking skull a little because you're bleeding a lot. It's a lot of this. You weigh over hundreds of kilos, and you fell straight on your head and big sore on your head, like deep in. So yeah, I had to man him up too. Because
well, I'll let you finish.
yeah, no, because my dad is not the biggest fan of hospitals. Neither am I. I'm just like my dad. But
Hey, same here.
sometimes
We would click.
but sometimes even if you're not a fan, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have
Yeah.
to. But
Well,
Mm-hmm.
like for me, I was the last one to see my grandfather alive, but I was also the last one to know he passed away. And like it was a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I
yeah,
went to my grandparents live in Kansas, and I went to spend a few days with them.
Mhm.
And just because my grandfather dealt with heart problems, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go visit him. And there's not much that makes a man cry. I'll say this right quick and I'll get to this. Zelda said for a $5 rant, she goes, longest, more, let's go. No, it's not the longest. It can be. Yeah. But
Give me a few minutes.
there's
It'll be the
not.
longest.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. What are you doing?
what the hell are you?
Yeah, I think he's
Hitting
trying to get us
Spider-Man.
all hard.
We're not the gay-O-Rama here. We're
No, it looks
Man-O-Rama.
like he was ready to deep throat that thing.
I just sit.
You know,
I just sit my
Biker
fly
Dad.
back up.
Biker Dad's gonna be like, I'm ready.
Oh yeah, he was probably all excited. He was probably zip.
Yeah, he's trying to
Yeah.
make the longest Man-O-Rama.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
We can tell.
It's so when I there's a few things that make a man cry. And some of the things I haven't experienced yet. Like if I have a kid and they get married, I'll cry. As a dad, that's an accomplishment. That's something
Exactly.
it's an achievement for a dad.
Yep.
It's like my wife she's only seen me cry twice. Well, I'm not counting Braveheart because I always cry during that. But
Patriot.
Not even the Patriot. She did see me cry when we watched the Passion of the Christ. And she's like, wow. I was like, dude, Mel Gibson's good. But when at our wedding, I cried. And then when I found out, when I got off the plane, when she picked me up after seeing my grandfather for a week, and then finding out he passed away, I just lost it. Because he told me one thing that Motorola can't tell you. Is that when he told me one thing. He said, "Look, I'm glad that I have son of a bitch."
He's glad he has a son of a bitch.
Yes, that's what he's glad.
Sometimes Rumble will kick me off.
Yeah, that's what it was doing to me. Yeah.
Yeah, me too when I got in here.
So my grandfather told me, he's like, you know what? I'm glad I have one grandson who is a patriotic, gun-loving, pro-America in the family.
Amen.
I have a lot of family members that are either liberal or just a bunch of fucking Subaru pussies, which I call liberal lesbos. And he said, I'm glad I have one grandson that is pro-America and pro everything. And I was like, I'll never let you down. That was a day before he passed away. And then I go and fly because he said, hey, when he dropped me off, he's like, hey, we're going to come visit you and your wife. We're going to come visit you and do all this fun stuff. I was like, cool, I'm down. This would be awesome. Like, he would call, I'm not shitting you. When we would have Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, whenever I get to hang out with them, because I lived in Florida and we travel a lot. And then when I moved to California, it was a little bit harder. But every time, even when he was in California, he's all like, I can't hate these liberal commies. It was hilarious. I was like, dude, this guy's old school. He'll call you out. And I remember when he was with my brother's graduation in college, community college. He was in, what was it? When I lived in Florida, he was in purple briefs, tidy whities, purple. He was singing opera. That's what he did. He was an opera singer. And it was the funniest thing ever. I was like, wow, never seen my grandfather just in his skivvies just singing opera. That's kind of cool. at 7 in the morning, I was like, all right. But when he told me, he's like, I'm proud of you for being a guy who stands up for what's right. And he said, I've never told any of your cousins, any of my grandkids that you are the one person I've told this. I'm proud of you for being a true American, standing for what's right. And that it didn't hit me until after he passed away in his sleep. And it's just the fact that I never will ever get to see him. Yeah. Like, his dad taught me how to play ping pong. Like, his dad, my great grandfather, he would play ping pong with us, and his dad was like, I was born when the Titanic sunk. He'd always bring it up. I was like, what does that mean? He's like, I sunk it with my dick. I'm like, Jesus.
God damn.
That's great.
Like, that was hilarious to me. I never understood. Like, and then when I finally got off the plane and my wife picked me up, I got like all these texts and just saying that, yeah, Grandpa Marv passed away. And it didn't hit me until after I got in the car. Because when you get off the plane, you have to wait a few minutes for everything to kind of reset. Yeah. And it didn't hit me. And I was like, the second time my wife ever saw me cry, knowing that I'm never going to see this guy ever again. And I don't deal with death. I don't deal with any of that very well. Even when my stepdad, he did a speech at my wedding, and it was really cool. It was like nothing planned or anything. He just did it. And I was like, let him do it. And we saw him on his deathbed a month after we got married. And I don't do it very well because I don't know how to handle that, because for me, I have a dark sense of humor and it's awkward for me. So when I'm in an awkward situation, I'll make jokes. And my mom,
yeah, I know exactly. Yeah.
Bless her heart, she said, please, for the love of God, don't say anything stupid. And that's like asking your kid, don't touch a hot frying pan. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah, yeah.
My stepdad, when he passed away, he said, I want you to do two things. Take care of your family and don't stop being funny. I was like, I can do those two things. He's like, I'm gonna go sleep now. I was like, all right, cool. That was it. I was like, this is awkward. But yeah,
You want to hear something weird? My grandmother, she passed on Halloween night, Halloween day in 2020. It was her favorite holiday, so it just kind of worked. We have her ashes in the living room, so every time Halloween
Can
comes
you
around,
guys hear me?
yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we
I
hear you.
can't hear you guys at all.
What?
Well, if you weren't a homosexual, you would hear us.
Hold
Maybe
up.
your ears are full of jizz.
Keep talking.
Oh God.
All right.
Well, anyways, when she passed away in 2020 on Halloween, perfect time for her because she loved Halloween. I love her to death, but it was her time to go. And the weird thing was when she was laying in the bed, she would talk. We would try to talk to her. You know how that goes.
Yeah, no,
And
exactly.
Yeah.
we're talking to her. Just
Oh, my earbud died. That's why.
There
we
you go.
couldn't understand a word she was saying.
Who,
Which
me?
I get it. No, not you, you fag. No, but she would not. She would try. She was just blithering all over the place, because it was the end. But the weird thing was, she would suddenly pop her eyes open, look at the wall in the hospital room, and start talking clear as a bell to family members that have passed away. Clear as a bell. She was talking to her brother, and I think other family members. Clear as a bell, full conversations, and we all just looked at each other like, there is life after death.
Yeah.
And I just looked at her and put my hand on her head, and I'm like, hey, go be with your brothers and sisters and your family. I was like, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
And then she passed away.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was taking care of my grandfather the last 2 years of his life. Nobody else would take care of him. My grandmother was in a nursing homes because she couldn't take care of herself, and my grandfather couldn't take care of her. So I went over and I would go and take care of him most of the days of the week and make sure he had food and stuff like that. So we got to him and my grandmother raised me basically, and we'd always watch Johnny Carson and at the end of the night. So he was a very stoic man, and I respected the hell out of him because he made his own business as a welding supply business and stuff. But he was the only man that I looked up to in my life, because I had multiple stepdads that were they were abusive, and they were just shitty people and stuff like that. But anyway, so I got to know him a lot, more personally, and it was really hard. He passed away on my birthday in 2022. It was just really hard. It was after he had gotten the COVID shot and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it was really rough because he was the only man in my life that I kind of looked up to learn how to be a man. He was the only respectable man in my life, male figure. And once I heard that he had passed away, it was it was ugly crying. It was I lost it.
Now, when a woman does an ugly cry, it's different. When a guy does an ugly cry, it's like pain and suffering.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It's like we're losing something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when women do an ugly cry, to me, I'm not saying all women, it just seems like a cry for attention.
You are.
Yeah. I can see that, yeah.
At least to me.
Well, on that note, we're going to do a segment that I like. It is Tip of the Hat. And
all right,
Theta, we'll have you come at the end on this.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I bet you do. You like
it.
It's the most sexual thing on the podcast, but it has nothing to do about gay shit.
All right.
Although gay biker dad's like, yay!
No assless chaps.
So, Tip of the Hat is where we actually go around the table and give props and to people who have inspired us to be better men. It could be your mom, it could be anyone, like dads, kids, brothers, whatever, all that stuff. Kennedy Spider-Man, who's your Tip of the Hat this week?
this week I have to give my shit. It's pissing rain out here. I have to give my son of a bitch.
He's gonna give it to that son of a bitch.
I have to
You
give
know
it to that son of a bitch.
The tip of the hat to the son of a bitch. That's right.
All right.
I've got to give my tip of the hat to Donald Trump, who single-handedly determined the leadership of Canada this week, because people are so reactionary to everything. Imagine you do anything and like people react to it. Like imagining having that kind of effect on people. So he literally freaked the shit out of everyone in Canada above the age of 60,
Except for Alberta.
them into voting for the Liberals. So tip of the hat to Donald Trump, who affected an election not even in his own country. And I like the man.
That's Canadians' fault on that.
The unaffected, the unintentional effects of his awesome trolling had bad consequences. But you know what? It's just I've always wanted to live in a warm climate with the First and Second Amendments, so this is just hastening the process.
Come to Missouri.
Donald Trump, you're hastening my plans.
There you go. I will say this: anyone who is on YouTube, you can come over to. It feels weird because it's an echo chamber in my ear because I have a headphone earpiece in my right ear now. You could that too. You can go to Rumble and then actually give your rant of your tip of the hat of who you inspired you to be a man or a good woman, Zelda. Jason, who's your tip of the hat?
Well, for me, I'm just gonna go, of course, with my dad today, for raising me the way he did, and being the man that he is, and teaching me to be the way I am today. And I know that he would have taken a tip of the hat to me too for changing his life and changing his life to be better. And I just love my father to death. We grew up a little bit differently than normal parents, like your father and son. We also became best friends, so we had a lot of the same stuff that we liked. That's why we both love Star Wars too, is because that's one thing that bonded us together when I was a kid. Because my mental health, and because I grew up in a really heavy place when I lived with my mom, who is I said straight out, a fucking bitch who should be locked in, but that's another case. But no, so we became best friends, and we can talk about everything in the world and stuff like that. And just love him to pieces. And hopefully he will be 60. He got the news this year that his heart is failing. But luckily he did get the best doctor in Norway, who has created the heart stuff in Norway and also been in America. And he's one of the biggest people in the industry. So luckily my dad got him, and he was a fun guy. My dad told me about that guy, and the guy talked about back in the day when they were like experimenting and trying to research for heart stuff. And the guy just told my dad, at that time we just killed many people because we were like researching for the heart stuff. So we are mass murderers basically. So but that's the way that the guy is. Had a scary sense of humor. My dad loves when people have that sense of humor, because the thing, when my dad also passed away, it's like I've been prepared, since I was, when I moved into him as a kid. He always talked about it. He always wanted me to be prepared if it ever happens, because he's always been sick. And we already have the funeral planned out. Like, we have everything planned out for years, and it just And he has said, if I don't play the Imperial March on his funeral, he's gonna come back and hunt me and fuck up my life. Because that's one thing he needs is the Imperial March from Star Wars when he's
There
gonna
you
have a
go.
funeral. And I know, and of course, it's gonna be a lot of jokes that the rest of the family is not gonna fucking understand. But so as you said, awkward situations. That's the way me and my dad is. We like that humor. So of course, it's gonna be, I'm gonna say something fucked up that would make him laugh. So yeah, tip of the hat to my dad. I love him.
All right, cool. Dark Helmet.
Okay, Canadian, this is going to be related to you. Not an insult to you, but I'm going to need your help on the Pierre. What's his name? Pierre what? That ran?
Poilievre.
Yeah, Pierre Poilievre.
Molarola.
That little bitch. He's that's what I'm going with. He's a little bitch. Instead of siding with the lefties and the liberals and saying, "Oh, we're going to go against the U.S. too, against the tariffs," he could have turned around and said, "You know what? We're going to work with the U.S. We're going to work with our neighbors to the south. We want to be friends with them. We want to be family with them, and we are going to work a tariff deal out that'll work for Canadians and Americans." He chose not to do that. He is the one that cost them the election. Period. No ands, ifs, or buts. He did that to Canada. Period. It just is what it is. And I've heard people, and I've heard other Canadians calling him out going, "Dude, you cost us the election, not Donald Trump, not the United States." Because I'm not talking about the Canadian people, I'm talking about the Canadian government. So let's make a distinction there. The Canadian government have been bad neighbors for probably 20 plus years. They have. The massive amount of tariffs they've cost on U.S. products that have come in there, you can't sell U.S. products there. You look at dairy, it's just like what, 200-300%, something like right around there. It's just insanely expensive. And I'm not saying Canadians shouldn't, make their own products, their own dairy. I get that. I have no problem with that. But it was insanely expensive to the point where they were letting fentanyl come across the northern border, illegal immigrants come across the northern border. People forget about the northern border. They think about southern border.
Yeah.
The northern border has been a big issue for decades. And the Canadians are also in control of the Communist Chinese Party. They are. Because the Chinese the CCP has had Chinese troops train with Canadian troops.
Oh yeah.
Why is that not in the news? I'm sorry, if Canada's fucking around, they're going to find out real quick. And I don't want that to happen. I don't. I want us to have good Canadian fellowship with our Canadian brothers and sisters. But we will take Alberta if they want to join us.
Yeah.
All right. Theta, who's your tip of the hat?
I'm gonna go with my grandfather. I was just
All right.
talking about, since he's on my mind now that I've been talking about him a little bit. He was a great guy. He was in the Korean War. He was in the army. He did radio rebuilding and stuff when they needed somebody to come out and fix their radios and stuff. He was one of the people that would do that. Then as soon as he came back, he got a loan, started his own business selling welding supplies to welders and stuff, and he became the biggest welding supply company here in San Antonio, maybe even in Texas. I don't know, but he has a scholarship named after him. He was a great man. He was like the only male role model in my life that I respected, and so tip of the hat to him. Love you,
Heck
boss.
yeah, brother.
Yeah. My tip of the hat is my father-in-law. He's a stubborn old dude. He challenges me. He always asks questions to push me, and it's how to be. He's taught me, watching him and my mother-in-law how they interact with each other. It's cool. I really love seeing that. I've never seen it with my folks because they ended up in divorce. That's here nor there. But just seeing how they interact with each other, I'm like, that's what it is to be married. That's what it is to be a man. There's different levels of being a man, and him is I want to keep my family secure, and I take a lot of what he says serious, especially not with Motorola.
God, yeah. Somebody answer your phone.
Yeah, right.
Zelda's ringing you up, like, "What's up, baby girl?" But no, I really do appreciate how my father-in-law approaches things. It's really cool to see how he's calm and collective. He was an only child, and how he now has three son-in-laws, really, and he finally gets something that he's never had. It's cool to see during Christmas. He's like so excited. He's like, I got these gifts for you guys, only you guys. And it's to see how much he really does care, puts into perspective of how much importance it is when you get older. Of, hey, when you get older, you're like, hey, look, I want to give everything to you guys. And
Yeah.
it's cool. It's something that you're not gonna get, and I don't get it from my dads or my stepdad. And it's something cool, and I really appreciate what he does. And I don't show it as much. That's the other thing. I don't know how to show it like Motorola does.
They're very good
Who
about
has a
showing their
phone?
emotions.
Whoever has a phone going off, mute your mic, you bastard.
All right, Dark Helmet.
Yeah.
But
Come on, man.
I really appreciate my father-in-law and how he approaches us. He challenges us, and it was cool. I went to the first trip I took with him. I was nervous. I went on a week trip of gun safety laws, and I was nervous. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like, what's going on, dude? It's a different, like, when you get an older guy get out of his family and just go on a trip, like, his attitude changes. And I was like, this guy's cool. And then Dark Helmet, right as we close, he does a $1 rant of fag. Yes.
You're
But I
welcome.
want to thank everyone on this podcast. Theta, for joining us. You've been
Yeah.
awesome.
It's a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
he is an
happy to
awesome
have
guy.
I was happy to have Beta on here.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. My dual personality. Thank you.
Theta Grunberg, Dark Helmet, Canadian Spider-Man, Jason, Ordy, Rick. I know Ordy and Rick had to leave early because they had another show to do. And I thank you guys. You guys make this good. I will give updates of what I have planned coming soon for this summer. Next week, I don't know what the topic's going to be. There's a few topics, but I will talk to the guys and see what they think. But I want to thank everyone in the chat. You guys make this podcast happen.
We want to thank
what were
you,
you going to
man.
say there? What were you going to say, Wetback? Nothing? No?
Let's all
Nothing
thank
what?
Zelda for all of her Rumble chants.
Yeah. You too there, Doctor.
And
I do think what?
engagement, y'all are your future engagement. Yeah.
I know. I do thank Dark Helmet and Zelda for all the rants. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Don't worry, when we get married, you'll be the person that'll officiate our ceremony.
Oh man. I'll be like, look, these two numbnuts. Guess what?
These two assholes gave me a bunch of money. God bless
These
them.
two twat low rugs. But no, I want to thank you guys, even for the rants. I appreciate them. It's gonna go towards something really cool. I appreciate everyone who came on. This podcast couldn't happen without the fans in the chats or even the people on the podcast. This is not about me. It's about the people, the guys, the men on the podcast, and you guys are awesome. So on that note, I'll see you guys next week. There will be a Lego build coming up soon. I just don't know when. There's a couple Lego builds I'm gonna be working on, and yeah. But next week I'll have. If you guys want to know the promos for all that stuff, go to not rancorsteve on X, and I will have a promo out every Thursday or Friday, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. I don't know what the topic's gonna be. It's gonna be fun. That's all I gotta say. Or not fun. I don't know. Whatever. On that note, I'll see you guys later. Ciao.